Hey there guys, my name is Christopher from the Red Rising Group and welcome back to another anime related video on the channel. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about probably one of my current favorite anime, Re:Zero. Now, Re:Zero is an anime that first aired on the 4th of April 2016 and ended on the 19th of September 2016 after a total of 25 episodes as well as an OVA to boot. And this is before it got adapted for a second season on the 8th of July 2020 and is still ongoing with part 2 of the season. And as you guys can see on the title, I didn't actually have a positive view with this series at the beginning. But it's safe to say that I had a sudden change of heart after watching the second season. So, let me just run you guys through about why I disliked this series at the beginning before going on about what made me enjoy it after so long. Anyways, make sure you guys comment down below whether or not you enjoyed Re:Zero from the very first season or you guys only watched it after the second season just like me. So, you guys might not know this about me, but I'm actually a massive fan when it comes to the isekai genre. The concept of being teleported or reincarnated into a brand new world filled with treasure, magic, and adventure, it was always such a thrill to read for me. And one thing that is usually associated with isekai main characters is that they have some sort of unique abilities that ultimately makes them overpowered in comparison to the rest of the characters in their series. However, the same can't be said about Re:Zero's main character, Natsuki Subaru. Before this, he was a shut-in high school student who never does anything but stay in his room and play games, read manga, and the sorts. You know, the classic teenager lifestyle. But in all seriousness, he didn't have any sort of training or even have the ability to fight. He was just your everyday student you can find all over the world. So, what made me dislike Re:Zero at first had nothing to do with the art style or even the overall story, but rather Natsuki Subaru himself. To me, as an anime fan, the main character should usually be the main highlight of the show, and if the main character is bland and nothing to really look out for, then it really takes away the enthusiasm of watching the show. And what disappointed me most about Subaru was his lack of unique abilities. Sure, his Return by Death was a very unique skill, but aside from that, there was nothing about him that really stood out. Of course, some of you guys might talk about his skill Shamak, but each time he uses it, he's more or less defenseless, so I wouldn't count it. That, and it was a very basic skill. And through the various clips that can be found on YouTube, Subaru was always seen in two particular clips. The first was where he rejected Rem.
No! God, please, no! No!
And the second is his numerous deaths. Now, it's these sets of clips that really depict him as a weak main character who can really do nothing but mourn over the deaths of his friends time and time again. And it was just there and then when I started disliking the thought of watching Re:Zero. So I decided to just ignore that anime and watch other anime that managed to catch my eye. And this carried on for 4 years. Until Season 2 came out. Now, the Season 2 I'm referring to is in regards to Part 2 of the series where plenty of things went down. Again, after watching the various clips on YouTube, I found myself intrigued with finding out what happened that led Subaru to those moments. How someone like him managed to make it that far out. And with that said, I decided to watch everything from the very first season all the way from episode 1. No. From 0.
いい言葉がすごい勢いで台無しになってる気がするぞおい
After watching everything back again, I realized that Natsuki Subaru, the person whom I thought was weak and had no unique abilities to support his character whatsoever, well, he was the unique one. Like what he expected in episode 1, I expected him to become some sort of overpowered person after being transferred to another world.
来たこれはおそらく初めての魔法発動イベント
Something that is completely standard in isekai anime. But him not having any of those is exactly what makes him unique. He is a completely normal person. He is a regular human being. And that is what makes Natsuki Subaru a good character to watch. He has endured the worst of the worst when he dies, and he was even killed by people whom he had trusted before. And the fact that he bounces back each time tells me that his strength isn't from the physical portion like what we see in most isekai protagonists. No, rather, his strength comes from the mental aspect. Besides that, one thing that I tend to see in anime which helps develop a character is death, such as Jiraiya's death in Naruto or even Ace's death in One Piece. Though in this case, it might be a little different considering that Subaru needed to try and develop his character after seeing his friends' deaths and experience that on his own over and over and over again. And let me tell you, he did exactly that. While it wasn't always immediate and sometimes he needed someone to give him a push in the right direction, but seeing Subaru be able to push through all those challenges and reach that happy ending was always a heartwarming feeling to watch. And this isn't even mentioning all the stuff that we learn about him in season 2 as well. And I wouldn't want to give a spoiler to you guys, so I highly recommend you all to watch it. Either way, this new season of Re:Zero is an incredible addition to the series, as it brings fans along an emotional rollercoaster ride with no hints of ending whatsoever. And those are merely some of the reasons why I began liking Re:Zero. And that is going to be all for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and like I mentioned at the start, I want to see what you guys first thought about Re:Zero. Were you like me and only started after the second season, or did you get hooked to it after the first? Leave it all in the comments down below. Anyways, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more anime content, and be sure to follow our official Twitter account for updates on when the videos will come out. Everything will all be in the description below, and with that all said and done, it's time to end the episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all in another video. Bye guys!